your teams have had a lot of success on senior day. As a coach, how meaningful is it for you to be able to send Malcolm London, and now London out with a win like that?
Yeah. Well, we didn't have Thomas Rogers or Cade hit a late last-second three. That was the only thing. But neither of our guys that are walking on are seniors. But very important. I talked to the guys before the game. A way to serve London is to lay it on the line. And I so wanted it to go well for him. And when he came out of the game, I said, I embraced him and said, we've had a lot of good times in this court, haven't we? And he said, yes, we have. And I remember my senior day, my father and I walked off the court. He was my coach, of course. And he put his arm around me and we walked off the court. That's the last thing we did, my last game at Green Bay. And I waited for London and I said to him, I want to walk off this court with you with my arm around you, I said, because we have experienced special things. And I'm very grateful for his decision to come to Virginia. And we've had so many special players, but he's been a catalyst for what's happened. And that brought me great joy to just to be able to do that as a memory of mine from my playing days, and to do that with London probably meant more to me than to him, but I appreciated what happened and how the fans embraced him over his career.
Tony, obviously they didn't have two of their key guys for the first 10 minutes, but defensively, it's 3 games in a row that things seem to be coming together nicely.
Yeah, we were better. We were a little loose at times on transition D, and I don't know why those guys didn't play, and that's not for me to know, but I think that obviously really affected them, because they're a dynamic duo in terms of their ability to score and stretch you, score inside, score outside. But probably the lead helped us, and then in the second half we did still establish our defense and just said, let's make them earn. I think we tried to forge our identity in the Carolina game, and we talked about a way for us was, taking care of the ball. They switch everything, so it's a little confusing, but take care of the ball and then just get into the ball and battle defensively. We found a formula that we've been working towards all year, and the Carolina game brought it to fruition, and for the most part we carried on.
London's last 2 threes were assisted by Ty, then Kyle. Cool moment for you.
I'm glad that went in. It kind of out, and at least it didn't balance on the back flange or anything like that. I thought Ty played a really good game. He kind of, again, they're switching, so you have to make some plays off the dribble, and I thought Ty did a nice job of creating for others. But I guess, in a way, passing to the torch, right? The young guys serving up the old guys, and London hitting those. So a nice last game on this court in this building, which he's part of an elite class, just in terms of all the victories and the special things that have happened.
Tony, how much does it feel? I know defense is a big deal, but how much does it feel like you're kind of striking a really nice balance with the young guys that can shoot the 3 ball and maybe not be as up to snuff defensively, but good enough, and they bring you offense?
Yeah, and it is, and I think the young guys have improved defensively. They're good position defenders. They might not have quite the physicality to just, guard the ball and bother shots and maybe bang, although rebounding-wise they're doing some good things with blockouts. But I like their mind for the position defense. They're smart players, so that's helped. And then, of course, their feel offensively, as you mentioned, to stretch it with a 3 ball or just create. That's been, I think, important in our last 3 games.
In the game at Pitt, I think Jack played the first 85 seconds and did not play after that. Did you go into this game thinking you'd be able to use him more?
I did. I think I made an error at Pitt because I feel like I should have used him more. We were so worried about, and they got going. They were 13 to 21 from 3. Jeter can shoot the 3 percentage-wise. Young and, of course, Luther. And I was worried about Jack being able to cover out on the floor. Well, in hindsight, none of us could cover out on the floor. None of our guys covered well out on the floor. And what we lost was some rim protection with him and maybe some offensive rebounds. And it was worth the exchange. And Jack's gotten even a little more mobile and understands that. So I wanted to I was committed to using him. And Zay obviously is not feeling great. So we wanted to limit his minutes. We'd go 4 guards at times, but we needed that. And I thought Jack did a nice job as he did against Carolina.
Tony, what has London meant to this team in his 4 years, but especially this year with what he's been asked to do, having to lead the team in points and then also be the leader on the floor as well?
It's been different this year. He's always been the setup guy and makes opportunistic big plays. Well, this year he's been the featured guy in terms of the guy marked by the other team's defense. And, it's been a process. It has. At times I think that's in a way has stretched him and make him better because at times it's been overwhelming and it's been all the guys on him. But I think he has a nice balance right now and we'll need that and he's coming out. But again, to have a point guard like that who has a mind and a feel for the game and is not afraid of the moment is significant. And again, this year our margin for error is probably a little tighter. So with less experienced players, he's been called upon to do more. I said it's stretching you and it's good for your future. But I'll never forget, we got beat by Tennessee by a ton. We played Florida State his first year, and he and I were at the hotel the night before, and I just said to him, we were in the lobby and went into the restaurant, and I said, in so many words, it's time for you to kind of hear the keys to the car, however you want to say it, but you got to run this team. And from that moment on, what he's done from a success standpoint has been really good, and it's been the collaboration of everybody. But he just has a way of making everybody around him better, and he's shown that.
Yeah, talk about your defense. 43 points you give up against Carolina and 42 today.
Yeah, today was a little bit of an asterisk because of what happened in the first half with their personnel. Pretty solid in the second half. Doug, that's our formula. Some people, I don't know if it was an epiphany that happened in the Carolina game, but you fight all year to convince your players and convince yourself as saying, this is our way. This is how we have to play. And I know I talk about it all the time, but sometimes you have to have a big moment where you take care of the ball. You get back and you just work like a relentless five guys with the tenacity. And I think that was established in the Carolina game against a high-level team. And I said, if it just happened in that game, and it can't be a fluke, then we have not, we haven't learned well. So that's been the message. We said we want to be a better team about 3 weeks ago defensively, and we've tried to work at it, and we'll need to continue as we head into the tournament play.
Time for two more. David?
Tony, Darius hadn't made a three, I think, since Villanova, right, Andrew?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Had you sensed in him any loss of confidence, and how good to see it go in for him?
Real good, for sure. I didn't realize that, and he was good against Miami, and then he had the strep throat. You guys don't know this. London had strep throat. Jack Salt had strep throat yesterday. London had it yesterday. So they're playing with that. He got it, and that in going to the NC State game, that's kind of going through our team and Isaiah, But to see Darius knock down a couple, because he does have some things. He got that nice steal in the passing lane, and we're going to need them all. Mariel didn't play. We'll find out. I think he just bumped his knee or something happened there. So, but I'm glad that Darius, because we do need them all, as I've said it time and time again.
Tony, any special conversations, or did you say anything to London during the week leading up to this game?
Were you in here at the start? What I talked to the team about, but not really during the week because we played. Yesterday we talked about how special it'll be, but didn't addressed it before the game today with the team and then in the locker room after. So now with that, I know all of you are great writers in this room, just great writers, but our team signed the ball, and I know, David, you've been inducted into the Hall of Fame writers thing, so we wanted to sign the ball. We talked about it with Eric, our team, and wrote you a little note, and it's well-deserved, and obviously, how many years have you been writing? A long time. No comment. But we wanted to give you a ball, and thank you for your years of great service. You're going to get honored at the Final Four. Is that correct? So I think that's great, and that was a great idea by Bach. And I think all of our players signed it. Maybe some, if you wrote some bad stuff about, might not have signed it, but you have to check and see. But we really appreciate your service, and obviously you guys all do a great job. But there you go from us. So, yep.